Hello guys, and welcome to the next tutorial in which we will talk about the Visual Studio, and hopefully you installed it in a previous tutorial or you had it already. So I'm gonna go ahead and start, and this is gonna be just basic overview and like the important things what we're gonna need to know for us to work in this. And obviously as we work through more and more, we're gonna know more and find more options and more tools, but for now I just want to point out a couple of things. So um, obviously you're not gonna have recent ones. I'm gonna open the same project from before, but I'm gonna create new one just like you guys gonna do it. So click new project, and you're gonna have this window come up with different options right here. So we're gonna work in Visual C Sharp. Then we obviously gonna do Windows, and after this we're gonna select this console application. I want to point out there's a lot of projects here. You can work with a lot of different things, obviously iPhone, iPad, develop many different projects. And see, if you scroll down you can see different languages you can work with, Visual Basic, JavaScript, Python. So you can develop and use Visual Studio with many different languages, and they keep adding new stuff every time. And there's a lot of third parties. You can add plugins. Basically, this is a really huge, amazing tool. And the people who don't even like C Sharp or just the language don't like it, they like Java better, or like other ones. So but they still gonna really like Visual Studio. Everybody agrees that the Visual Studio is probably by far the best and most comprehensive tool for developers. Okay, so even if they don't like C Sharp, they will like this. Everybody likes Visual Studio that I met. So, and it's been constantly updated, most up to date, and it's pretty cool. You will learn to like it. So, console application, and here you're gonna see the name, and you can just leave. You're probably gonna have console application 1. It doesn't really matter because we're not creating new projects this time. We're just gonna show how to work with Visual Studio. So I'm just gonna create number 4. As you change this name, the solution name changes, and just let it change, let it be just as is, basic, and we're gonna click OK. Okay, so now let us load, and there you go. So you're gonna see pretty much same thing as I'm seeing here. Now I'm gonna do a couple of things. So in this tutorial I want to show you that this Windows right here that you have all these options here that bring up different things, and you can pin and hide and close. So the toolbars, everything, so you can bring them up later if you want to. So as you go by you will learn how to use them. So if you want to rearrange and you don't like the way it is, you can grab it and move anywhere you like, and then you can kind of point it out where you want to stack it. Okay, so I just want to keep it where it was. And same thing with all the windows. You can bring, rearrange them. You can, if you have multiple screens, you can bring all of these windows to a different monitor and screen and work there. So pretty flexible program. So what I do want to show you a couple things. So we're gonna go to tools and options right here, and I mean, this is crazy. There's so many options here. You have no idea how you can make this so custom that I don't even know how so many options here. So if you go to the most important that I want to just do right now, later we're gonna add more stuff. So we're gonna do a text editor here, right here, text editor. We're gonna open it up, and then we're gonna do all languages right here, and right here we're gonna do two things. The word wrap right here, I want you to make it so it's highlightable, and then you just put a check mark in here like this, and as well as line numbers. And what it's gonna do, it's gonna, right now we don't have any lines here. Later in the code I'm gonna be able to reference and say, oh, line 15, this and this. So this is very useful. Here is word wrap. That means if you type farther this way, you will not have to scroll left and right. You will basically bring it in here, and this is gonna just show you that there's more text there basically. So further, I mean, you can customize every language you want. Another thing that here you can change your text size and everything. So explore, customize the way you want completely. The one thing that I want to point out is there's a color theme here, and a lot of people like dark and light and different kinds, and you can also actually import from the main window different color schemes in here, but I'm gonna just use basic one. I just got used to it, so that's just my preference. You guys can change to whatever you want. So this is pretty much it here. I'm gonna click OK. See how we have lines here right now? That's gonna be very useful later. And what another thing, so here if you don't have anything here like this, I want you to select this little add and remove buttons right there, and you can select the ones that we're gonna use a lot is common selection and uncommon selection. So you want to make sure these are selected, and also I want to bring out this increase line indent and increase, decrease, and increase. Okay, we're gonna use those a lot as well. So those are the extra option. If you didn't see this window, you can bring it up by right click and selecting here standard, so you will make sure to bring up that window, little one right there. So another thing that I do want to point out is bring the debug. So it doesn't come in standard, so you have to click that and bring the debug in here. We also gonna use this a lot in our program when we start running it. So this is actually pretty much it. Actually, no, hold on, one more thing. Okay, so here, right here is the Solution Explorer. What I want you to do is, this is actually our whole program that includes all these files, and we're gonna add more files later in our program. But this location is actually somewhere on your hard drive, on a C drive or whatever the main drive you installed your software to. If you right click on it and then open folder in File Explorer, it will bring you this window that points out where it's located. I want you to go right here and bring it all the way to the projects, and one before that, Visual Studio 2015. I want you to right click and bring this create a shortcut to your desktop, because we're gonna need sometimes to access it faster, and also sometimes you want to manipulate the files in those folders. If you see, this is all my previous projects that I've been working on. So you're gonna, right now you're only gonna see the one that you just created, so if it's your first time running it. So and this is pretty much it. From this and on, we're gonna just add on more as we go by. I don't want to get, there's actually a whole course on Visual Studio UI on how to actually use it properly. I think it's like 2.5 hours on Lynda that I saw a couple years ago. It's actually pretty cool. Learned so many things that most of them already forgot. So okay guys, so we'll see you in next tutorial where we actually gonna start running our first program to make sure it's all working and everything. So I will see you next tutorial.